Sports Network, the home of the Marlins and Heat.
The Golden State Warriors make their only visit to Miami this season without their best players available. And the night for the Heat, their captain returns. Miami Heat basketball on FanDuel Sports Network, presented by Carnival Cruise Line. Welcome inside Kaseya Center. The 8-6 Heat meet the 9-7 Warriors, and we always hope you enjoy every bounce and basket right along with us. After missing the last 6 games with an injury to his big toe, Bam Adebayo returns tonight. He was averaging nearly 20 points and 8 rebounds per game. Plus, he brings back his invaluable defense and leadership. The captain is back, and so are we. Hello to Heat Nation. Always great to be with you. Just as great to be alongside the point guard, John Crotty. I'm Eric Reed, and yes, the Heat did win 4 out of the 6 games without Bam Adebayo, but don't let that fool you. He's an invaluable piece to the puzzle. So, John, what exactly does it mean to Coach Spo and his team to have their captain back?
Well, Miami becomes a much better defensive and rebounding team with Bam back in the fold. His ability athletically and with his size really to plug the gaps on the defensive end and then finish possessions with defensive rebounds really helps Miami, who's last in the league right now in terms of giving up opponent offensive rebounds.
Well, you see Bam Adebayo penciled in to the Heat starting lineup at center. What does that mean to the rest of the group? Well, there's one big man missing, and that would be Kel'el Ware, who just happened to have 4 consecutive double-doubles in a recent high-energy approach that's made him a very good player. John, tonight he'll come off the bench for the Heat.
He is our key player profile. Kel'el Ware has played extremely well. He's put a lot of pressure on the rim as a lob threat, of finishing around the basket with either hand. He's done a nice job on the defense and too, being able to block shots, but it's that energy, it's that motor and that intensity that he's playing with, to me, that really makes a difference.
All right, John, now on to the Golden State Warriors. They got knocked out in the playoffs last year in the second round to Minnesota. You do know they are the second oldest team in the NBA, and tonight they're playing their 6th and final road game on this 10-night trip, which took them to Orlando last night, and they were in a dogfight the whole way. Steph Curry had another sensational game with 34 points. Jimmy Butler, you remember him? He added 33. Add that up, that's 67 points for the Warriors, but it wasn't enough. They got beat in the paint in transition, and off the bench, that Desmond Bane 3 sealed it for the Magic. They go on to win it 121-113. Steve Kerr played a lot of his guys big minutes. So who's sitting out tonight in their 3rd game in 4 nights? Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, 3 starters. Al Horford, a key reserve. Jonathan Kuminga, who lost his starting job recently, hasn't played since. They're 1-2 this year without Steph, 0-1 without Draymond and Jimmy. So, John, who steps up for the Warriors tonight?
Yeah, keep an eye on Moses Moody at 6'5" in his 5th season. This wing guy started 4 straight games for them. He's averaging almost 13 points a game, stretching the floor, shooting at 44% from 3, exploded for 32 points this past Sunday. So he's a guy who's going to get a lot more field goal attempts tonight.
2nd straight year, Steph Curry misses the game in Miami. It is game number 15 of season number 38. We got the Heat and the Warriors on an NBA Wednesday night in Miami, Florida. Let's enjoy it together. Next, here on FanDuel Sports Network.
If you play, then you lay right there by your own gun. Pull up a 4 with a loco. Tell them run this bitch back like so-so. Got this rap here in the chokehold. Did a show out in Austin. Shout out to Bobo. Moved out the trenches, now look how we live. Take my BM to furnish the crib. Walk out the mall with some shoes for the kids. Deposit the checks from my bank full of M's. Paid up my rent, now I'm up for the year. The view look crazy from here. What I paid for some dogs could've bought me veneers. Texas piece on my neck could've bought your career. Safe to say I'm the biggest, the largest. Been stepping up since my mama stayed in them apartments. Regardless, my daddy told me keep the heat even when I'm in foreigns. I'm heartless, cause these niggas is hating on me just because I'm the biggest, the largest, the biggest, the largest.
And now, for your Miami Heat. Number 24, Norman Powell. Number 22, Andrew Wiggins.
Every time I touch the ball.
Wiggins with a twisting score in fact.
You don't want to miss this.
Hawkes, two-hand jam on the putback.
From the Heat's house to your couch, it's all on FanDuel Sports Network.
Oh my! The catch on the one-hand flush by Slam Adebayo.
All right, we welcome you back here, getting you ready for Heat basketball on FanDuel Sports Network. Bam Adebayo ready to come back. Welcome back, captain. Missed the last 6 games. Credit to his Heat teammates picking up the slack, a winning record at that time. But boy, did they miss him on offense and defense. And no doubt, Bam missed being out there as much as he was working hard to get back.
You see both sides. Some of it, obviously, you feel like you can help, and on the other side, you want to be fully healthy so it doesn't come back. You know, that's when you turn to the head coach and the training staff. Let them know I'll go out there and play regardless. They gotta save me from myself in a sense. It's been a hard 2 weeks. So yeah.
Man worked hard to get back. You know, no one hates missing games more than the Heat captain Bam Adebayo, but he was in the lineup tonight and is always in the lineup, ready to call the action. Let's enjoy it now. Heat Warriors from the Kaseya Center with Eric Reed and John Crum.
Thank you very much, Will. Good to have you with us, and Heat Nation, always good to enjoy these games with you. So Bam is back. That's a very good thing for Miami. He steps right back into the starting lineup. We last saw him in Denver back on the 5th of November, where he played just 8 minutes before injuring that big toe on his left foot. He has worked hard to get back, and now he is back. But, John, here's the key takeaway tonight. It was just a week ago this evening where the Heat lost at home to Cleveland when the Cavaliers sat Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, and Darius Garland. They're in a similar situation tonight with the Warriors so shorthanded. Our officiating crew tonight, David Guthrie, Jason Goebel, and Derek Collins. There's Steph Curry. He's missing his 2nd consecutive game in Miami. So that's a shame for the fans here in South Florida. Don't get to see one of the most unique and transcendent players in league history. And here's Jimmy Butler alongside, missing just his 2nd game this season. Well, it's Trace Jackson Davis and Bam in the center circle, and off we go on another Miami Heat NBA adventure. And John Eric Spoelstra hoping his team learned their lesson a week ago when Cleveland -3 starters still able to win in this building.
So many good players in this league, and they're going to come off the bench hard here, getting an opportunity to play a lot of minutes this last game of this Golden State long trip. These young players are going to look to really show what they can do.
Andrew Wiggins, the former Warrior, gets the Heat on the board first with that driving score. G. Santos missing the jumper. The rebound down to Norman Powell. G. Santos, a 6'7" swingman out of Brazil, making his 3rd career start. His 1st this year. Here's Davion Mitchell, a blow-by drive and finish.
Oh, love the way he attacks that paint. Second only to Hawkins Jr. in his drives to the rim.
Averaging almost 11 points a game underneath. That's missed underneath, and it's taken down by Wiggins. Well, it's G. Santos who missed the shot in low, and it's Santos who gets into the picture to knock it out of bounds.
Davion Mitchell finds gaps well. His ability to get into the middle here. If you don't pick him up where he drives and kicks, he can finish at the rim, gets to the opposite foot lay-in there, throwing off that shot blocker.
Davion coming off an 18-point game in the victory over New York a couple nights ago. The lob for Bam. He missed the right-hand jam, and the rebound comes down to Santos of the Warriors. The Warriors at 9-7. They're unbeaten in 5 home games. They've lost 7 of their 11 on the road. and they have not fared well against the East this year. We'll get into that as the game moves along. That's Moses Moody, capable of big numbers. Podziemski gets fouled on the move by Norman Powell. First Heat foul of the game.
He's a quick attacker, Podziemski. 6'4's got some size, ability to get to that paint and draw contact as well. He's another one of those guys who can really score the ball in clips, averaging a career high beyond the arc, about 39% this season.
John, they come into this game the #1 team in the NBA in threes made, over 16 a game. Of course, the peerless three-point shooter Steph Curry, #1 this year, #1 all-time, and the night in street clothes on that Warriors bench.
That's unfortunate just to see one of the all-time generational greats there. And you're not kidding. The reason why they're #1 in three-point makes is that guy alone. Had 7 last night in Orlando in a losing effort for Golden State.
Here's Davion pitching out for a Pelle Larsson attempt. Mitchell launch from 3. Kaboom! Davion Mitchell. Johnny had 8 points in the fourth quarter in the Knicks' victory. He's having an underrated year on the offensive end.
Well, his ability to strike the balance between that hard drive we saw 2 possessions ago and then catch and shoot threes when they help off him, that's making the difference right now for Davion on offense.
Moses Moody, hard strike to the goal, and Wiggins picks up the foul. That's the first on Wiggins, second team foul on Miami.
This outside shot out beyond the arc is an important confidence builder, but also making the defense respect him in that space. And that catch and shoot three, he's shooting 39% beyond the arc, is a huge part of his offensive arsenal now, where they're running at him, and that allows him to put it down on the floor. So if he's not making that shot, they can play off him. It becomes a lot more difficult to attack and get inside.
Career high 50% shooting this year for Mitchell. Career high in assists, career high in rebounds per game. He's had a strong start to his 5th NBA season and his first full campaign with Miami. Well, all 4 of the Warriors' points have come from the strike. Here's Wiggins on a pull-up. And the rebound comes down to Trace Jackson Davis, a former Indiana Hoosier. Bringing in Podziemski for 3. And it kicks out to Wiggins. The 3rd game in 4 nights for the Warriors at the end of this trip. Kaboom for Larsson. Oh, that 3 had nothing but range on it. His 18th triple of the season.
Yeah, 12th straight game that he started. He's been averaging 12 points a game as a starter, and you see why. Ability to catch and shoot or put it down on the floor, scrappy on both ends.
Podziemski over Larsson, air ball, rebound knocked out by Mitchell. Leaves 8 seconds left on the shot clock for Golden State.
Davion Mitchell creating offense for Miami here, a little head on a swivel, finding his best offensive opportunities, and that's Pelle Larsson on the left wing on that last possession.
Miami's made their first 2 trays to open the game. Nice move by Moody, runs into a crowd. Jackson Davis with a left-handed jam, but it won't count. Shot clock violation on the Warriors. Well, Steve Kerr's team, and there's Kerr, the 5-time champ as a player, 4-time champ as the coach, gold medal coach of the 2024 U.S. Olympic team. One of the great people in our business, one of the premier coaches in pro basketball. Going short-handed tonight, and getting ready for a 5-game homestand. Powell, angle 3. That's off the back iron, and it comes down to Trace Jackson Davis, 3rd-year pro. And we get a collision in the front court. There's going to be a foul on Davion Mitchell, his first of the game. The Heat's 3rd team foul of the quarter. The Heat opened this game with a 7th best record in the East at 8-6. What's been strong for Miami, John, 6-1 at home. That's tied for the 5th best home record in the league with Denver.
Yeah, love that start. Compared to last year, it's really engaging the fans, and you know, this team is one you really want to root for, the way they're unselfishly sharing the ball, how well they're playing together.
Warriors have missed their first 6 shots from the field. And this could be a timeout for Steve Kerr, trying to get his young team organized without Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, and Al Horford available to them. Kerr and the Warriors will.
Number 45, Davion Mitchell.
Mitchell probing with 4 on the shot clock. He made it really hard.
Spun and had to lean and flip it with the left hand, but got the kiss.
Mitchell Again. Ding dong. Davion calling.
The man's playing amongst the trees, swinging from branch to branch.
Into that left hand. The little pit bull attacking. He's relentless.
Yeah, Ding Dong Davion has been calling over and over again. One of the top assist men in the NBA, has the second best assist turnover ratio in the NBA. Johnny's making great decisions and he's getting great shots.
Yeah, really doing a nice job finding his personnel. That's what great point guards do. Make the guys around them better, put them in a position to succeed, and he's doing that and balancing that by also being an offensive attack mode himself.
Smothering defense right there for Miami. Almost forced a shot clock violation. Did force a bad shot miss. Larson. 8:10 left first quarter. Wide open look for Mitchell. He passes it up. Good look for Powell from three. And it ricochets off to Podziemski. Well, the Warriors 0 for their first 7 to open the game. Their 4 points have come on free throws. G. Santos, guarded by Norman Powell. Where will the Warriors offense come from tonight? Maybe Will Richard, that's him, number 3, the rookie out of the University of Florida. He'll shoot the long three. Yikes. They've missed their first 8 shots.
Good defense by Miami, though. Take advantage of this younger, disjointed group right now who's not accustomed to playing with one another. Excellent pressure on the ball, forcing them into multiple passes and short clock situations where they're trying to rush against that short clock.
Warriors right now with the 8th best record in the West at 9-7. Wiggins knocks in a triple. The 3 different Heat players have tripled here in the first quarter, and nothing new there with this well-balanced Heat team that features 8 players averaging at least 10 points per game. This is Will Richard, the former Florida Gator, a second-round pick who's in a starter's role now, even with the full cast. He's starting for them. Santos with a miss. If you're counting at home, and we hope you're not, they're 0 for 9. 13-4 Heat. Larson against Santos. Draws a double and also draws a foul. These will be the first free throws of the game for the Heat.
We've been talking about Davion Mitchell. Another great example. Drive, throw back over his left shoulder there as Wiggins is constantly on the move. And that's the beauty of this offense right now on the Miami side. Everyone's cutting, they're moving. It makes it very challenging for opposing defenses to lock in. If they ball watch and turn and watch the guy handling the basketball, the cutters are getting to open areas there where they can find shots that are uncontested, and Davion Mitchell putting the pass where it should go.
Moses Moody sits down. Buddy Hield comes on. Hield, the popular 10th-year pro out of the University of Oklahoma, originally from Freeport in the Bahamas. He loves playing here in Miami. And we have always enjoyed the shooting displays that Buddy Hield has put on over his decade-long career in the NBA. 10-point Heat lead. Here's Hield. Dangerous three-point shooter. 6:40 to go, first quarter. Podziemski out of Santa Clara gets in deep. He missed it badly. Jackson Davis with a loose ball rebound. Hield for 3. Jackson Davis gets fouled. Well, enough bricks to build a new wing here at the Kaseya Center by the Golden State Warriors. The visitors have missed their first 11 shots from the field. Wiggins just picked up his second foul.
Getting on that offensive board, though, and that's been an area of concern for Miami. Having Bam back helps, but still Heat vulnerable in that category there, and that's what Golden State takes advantage of, able to draw a foul. 2 free throws here.
And a word from Hyundai.
Sick car, man.
Can I charge my phone? Can I get the Wi-Fi, please?
Let's put it in sport mode.
Loaded with features for everyone. How it should be. The Hyundai Elantra.
Jaime Jaquez Jr. checks in. He replaces Andrew Wiggins, who goes to the bench with 5 points, but 2 fouls. And Jackson Davis missing both free throws. Well, a 10-point lead on the board for the Heat right now. Bam for 3. Kabam! We have missed that. Bam Adebayo, his first point since the 5th of November, last time he played in Mile High, Denver.
Yeah, great to have him back and walking right into that one as a trailer, able to get to that 3-point shot.
The early 13-point lead, 12th straight missed shot for Golden State, and The Heat trying to be relentless for the full 48 minutes here at home. Larson driving on Gary Payton the second. He missed it. And here's the son of the Hall of Famer, Gary Payton. Podziemski deflected out of bounds, and at last touch by the Warriors. The Heat will get it back off Golden State's 4th turnover of the game.
Big Bam from the rebound here, coming right off the deck. One advance pass and then trailing right into the three-point shot. Looking comfortable with that stroke after missing the last 6 games.
Well, it's good to have him back. Amazing that he were able to go 4-2 without both him and Tyler Hero,
Really
John.
is.
The injuries will test your depth. The Heat have passed an early season test.
Yeah, we've heard, go ahead with Powell knocking down that triple, but the depth to me has been the story here of the season thus far, along with the pace of play. The depth has been really filling in, and everyone playing so unselfish together. Multiple weapons out there.
They'll mark it down. 5:24 left, first quarter. The Warriors get their first score on their 13th shot. Jaquez. And it comes down to Gary Payton II now in his 10th year out of Oregon State. That's where his dad went to school. We approach 5 minutes left, first quarter. The Heat up by 14. Jackson Davis gets cut off by Jaquez. This is Pat Spencer, one of my favorite unknown players in the league. We'll tell you why as the night progresses. Coming baseline and had the reverse blocked by Bam Adebayo. Look out, Bam. Spencer stole it away. Quite the story for Pat Spencer. His younger brother Cam plays for Memphis. And that's a made 3 for Gary Payton. Just his 4th triple this season. 20-9 Miami. Jaquez on the move and the foul. And one of the best in the paint drivers in the NBA this year.
He's been the best Miami driver for sure. Straight line here, goes between the legs to change direction and able to get hanging in the air. So strong though. Bam, so good. Welcome back to the defensive end, and the ability to guard multiple positions snuffs out that attempt by Spencer and allows Miami to get out in transition.
Just the 3rd block this season for the Heat captain, who sits down. They'll monitor his minutes in his comeback game. Norman Powell and Wiggins also both out. Khalil Ware, Simone Fontecchio, and Drew Smith have checked in for the Heat. Well, Miami with a 23-9 lead. Buddy Hield knocks in a 3. That man must be accounted for. He's got 19 threes this year.
Oh, no.
And a turnover on the inbounds.
Yeah, over the line and back by Jaquez Jr. there, and a turnover for Miami. That's their first one of the game to 3 on the Golden State side. But Hield is a volume 3-point shooter who you got to block out. Watch Jaime just kind of falling over the line there.
The missed shot brought down by Drew Smith. 23-12 Heat. Here comes Fontecchio. Larson threw it away. And Hield at the throttle, coming right at Drew Smith. It's Spencer, blocked by Khalil Ware and taken down by Fontecchio. Simone for Jaquez, and it rolls off. Quentin Post, short, and the rebound bouncing right to Larson. Warriors are 3 for 19 shooting. Larson, oh, that's red carpet treatment by the Warrior defense, which that time was non-existent. 6 points for Larson. Podziemski comes back with a bucket and a foul.
Back-to-back attacks here as Larson goes all the way down Broad Street there with a lay-in, no contest, and Podziemski countering the same and able to get the N1 opportunity. Here's the contact. Jaquez Jr. trying to get back in front. Podziemski able to stay with it. He'll get one more free throw.
First foul on Jaquez. Wiggins comes back in with the 2 first quarter fouls. He sits down Larson. And a 3-point play for Brandon Podziemski, who was the 19th pick in the 2023 draft by the Warriors. One spot after Miami chose Jaquez. 2 really good West Coast college players.
2-3 zone early here by Golden State.
Well, the Knicks used it successfully in the last 2 games against Miami. Copycat lead. This 3, Fontecchio, loose ball to Golden State. And here comes Payton. Back it goes to Hield for three. And the rebound of Drew Smith. Fontecchio just does catch up to it and then throws it away to post. He'd have gotten sloppy. Hield, pull up three in transition. And Ware brings it down, and the Heat swing it back this way. Fontecchio. Oh, this last minute or two of the first quarter, tough on the eyeballs.
Helter skelter up and down, and Heat not able to convert some sure-looking layup opportunities there. Great outlet pass and pitch ahead here by Drew Smith, and Fontecchio didn't use the backboard there, and you saw it rim around. He'll get 2 free throws when we come back.
Erik Spoelstra and Steve Kerr. Kerr was the Olympic head coach in 2024. Erik Spoelstra, his right-hand man as an assistant. You see the other long-tenured coaches, including Billy Donovan, who we will see in Chicago on Friday night. Mark Daigneault, a former Donovan assistant with the Thunder and at UF. Daigneault now the coach of the defending NBA champs. By the way, Spo and Kerr ranked 5th and 6th on the NBA's all-time playoff coaching win list, a list headed by Phil Jackson, who won 229 playoff games as a head coach. Number 2 on that list, Pat Riley with 171 postseason victories. The just got a little bit sloppy, and for the Heat, the challenge tonight is maintain your focus and take care of business.
Yeah, absolutely. And really worry about yourself, integrating Bam back into the lineup here and playing with great energy to defend your home floor. Try to get Golden State to turn the basketball over, too. They've had a propensity to do that, even with their top players in the game, and that's really hurt them so far this season. With Miami's defense, they should be able to do that.
John, Miami comes into this game tied for 2nd in the NBA in scoring with the Nuggets at an incredible 124.6 points per game. He'd also ranked top 3 in the league in assists, points in the paint, fast break points, field goal percentage defense, and 3-point percentage defense. Those are some of the things He'd have done very well early in the season. Moody missing the 3. Good box out and rebound for Kel'el Ware, who's taking care of the details of the game right now. Drew Smith, way off. And the rebound comes down to Quentin Post, the second-year center out of Boston College. Here's Pat Spencer, a natural-born setup man. Rebound of Jaquez. That's 4 for 24 shooting now for the Steph Curry-less Warriors. 2 minutes left, first quarter. Jaquez for the cutting Smith. Oh, ran into a roadblock in Post, who got away with a bump and no whistle. Hield on a pitch. Here's Pat Spencer. Driving on Smith. Sticks it. He's a tenacious little guy, man. What a competitor. 6'2" guard out of Bradley in his 3rd NBA season. He spent most of the last 2 years in the G League.
Back to a 2-3 zone here. He's got to continue to stay aggressive and drive and kick.
Get a good look for Simone. Kaboom.
That's great ball movement. Drive, kick, and then swing back to the left side to get Fontecchio that 3-point shot.
He leads Miami with 38 triples this year. Post on the hook. And Kel'el Ware grabbing another rebound for the Heat. Well, Miami up a dozen. Fontecchio again. And the rebound of Payton. Wiggins waiting for it. Here's Pat Spencer. Driving on Jaquez. Payton. Way off, and Kel'el Ware. Magnetic rebounder right now with 4 off the bench. And he's done it in just 4 minutes. Wiggins on a pull-up. And Post runs it down. Well, Heat's still the highest scoring first quarter team in the NBA this year at over 34 points a game. We're close to it, but not quite there. 20 seconds left in the quarter. Buddy Hield on a pitch back to Moses Moody. He knocks down the triple. Moses Moody just a couple days away from his career game, John, when he had 32 in New Orleans.
He's a guy to keep an eye on. He can get hot. Shooting at 44% from 3, and you referenced that 32-point outburst. He's capable.
He went 8 for 12 from 3 in that game, and that will end the first quarter. Sort of a manic first quarter here in Miami. The Warriors couldn't make a shot. They missed their first 12. They wind up going 6 for 28 from the field. but they only trail the Heat by 9, so much work still to be done here at the Kaseya Center. Welcome back with your deal of the game, and it is our exclusive Court Culture and New Era hat drop. Only available for 24 hours, so take time out, make sure to grab it before it's gone. Scan the QR code and purchase your Sand Dad hat right now at MiamiHeatStore.com. Reed and Crotty coming to you high above courtside here at the Kaseya Center. Miami trying to get to a 7th home victory in their 8th home game. It's never easy, folks.
Good pace here in the first quarter. Miami with 8 fast break points, getting out in transition, putting the Warriors on their heels.
Pat Spencer in the paint, dumps it low to Post, and Post lays it in with the left hand. Quentin Post, he's originally from Amsterdam in the Netherlands, went to Mississippi State for 2 years and finished up 3 years in Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts as a Boston College Eagle. That's a 7-point Heat lead. Jaquez for Ware. Just underway, second quarter. Kalel on a tough turnaround. And the rebound comes down to Pat Spencer, who's been everywhere in this first half. Underneath Moody, sends it out to Will Richard. Moody from the corner. And another rebound for Ware. Ware's only taken 1 shot. He already has 5 rebounds. There's an open 3. And a rebound coming down to Moses Moody. 5th-year swingman out of Arkansas. Well, the Heat jumped in front by 16 in this game. They got out to a 20-4 lead. It's 18-9 Golden State since. Off the Spencer miss, another Kalel Ware rebound. Wiggins posting the rookie Will Richard. Nice and easy does it for Andrew. He's got 7. He'll do a season low 6 points in Monday's win over New York. Averaging almost 17 points a game. Post, oh, he got Ware on the upfade. And spins in. That's a good job by 25-year-old Quentin Post, making his 8th start this season. You head by 7. Fontecchio ran out of room. Post knocked it out of bounds. And Fontecchio just now getting back to his feet. He made 6 triples in the first quarter, but the offense got a little stagnant late in the quarter. Picked up 5 first quarter turnovers, and Warriors are calling timeout. They're going to review this. 2 minutes into the second quarter, the Heat ahead by 7.
Stars, the place for South Florida's premier performers. Kaseya Center, home to amazing entertainment.
Judgment Day on its way to Kaseya Center Friday, December the 19th. Boxing's biggest disruptor, Jake Paul, set to face 2-time heavyweight world champion and Olympic gold medalist Anthony Joshua in a sanctioned bout. Tickets go on sale Friday at noon at Ticketmaster.com. While we were away, we had a Sprite Coaches Challenge that went the way of the Warriors. This was the disputed call. Ball goes clearly off of Fontecchio's leg, so Steve Kerr get another challenge, and the Warriors get possession back. Trailing by 7, and doesn't work out for him. Drew Smith with a takeaway. Wiggins Euro-stepping, but denied, and Pat Spencer away with a loose ball. Feisty group of Warriors right now on the floor. They're on an 18-6 run after falling behind early by 16. Post a perimeter-oriented big man. Oh, the feed and the finish for Moody. Moody with 7 points. John, that sort of typifies the way the game is flowing right now.
Yeah, Post able to find Moody on a strong back cut there. Excellent movement without the basketball there. Moody finishing with authority.
Amazing. They're shooting 27%, and they're in the game. Fontecchio for 3. Got it! Simone Fontecchio with his 2nd triple here in the first half.
He has been so good. 3+ threes, 8 times this season. Just so competitive and consistent off the bench as a shooter for Miami.
50% from downtown for Simone, and a one-handed rebound for Simone. And he gets fouled in the backcourt by Will Richard. The rookie picks up his first. That's the first Warriors foul of the quarter.
Look at this hard drive. It's Jaquez Jr. drawing 3 different Golden State Warriors, and then the kick out pass to create that shot for Fontecchio. Jaquez Jr. has been that second team leader all year long with his ability to get in the paint to make things happen.
Fontecchio with a miss. Will Richard rebound. And here come the Warriors. Richard in and out. Wiggins down with a rebound. Warriors 3 out of 18 from 3 here in the first half. Jaime deflected. Ware hooks it home.
Somehow that ball kind of fumbled over to Kel'el Ware, but he was able to catch and finish with the off left hand. He's got great touch with that hand. He was right in the proper space.
10-point Heat lead. 8:23 left, first half. Here's Moody. G. Santos. And who's going to get that loose ball? Santos does. Quentin Post tees it up. Ricochets off, and Richard reels it in. Loose ball. It's the Warriors. Spencer with that loose ball. And Post gets another one. My goodness, they're missing. The rebound for Ware is 7th of the game. Jaime gets by Moody, who commits the foul. First foul on Moses Moody.
Super strong attack, right to left crossover, finding the angle. It's really the best place to attack on the floor. If you go right down the middle, there's a lot of help defense there. Jaquez Jr. is an excellent decision maker, finding gaps where he can drive and attack, and he does so well there, again drawing the foul.
Norman Powell back in. Simone Fontecchio to the bench. Fontecchio 7 points, 3 boards in his 9 minutes. Norm Powell back to Drew Smith. Drives it hard and finishes. First bucket for the 4th-year guard out of Missouri.
A quick catch and go, and the burst by Drew Smith using the backboard there effectively.
7 straight Heat points. Jackson Davis finding out what a pest Drew Smith can be defensively.
Oh, he stole that layup opportunity there, Drew Smith did defensively. Good work there, but quick catch and go action, beating both his man and the shot blocking rotation from the weak side, and active hands here. Never gives up on it, takes away a short 2 points.
First game Drew Smith's ever played against Golden State. He comes out, Mitchell back in, and Pajemski missing inside. Rebound lost out of bounds by the Warriors. A 12-point Heat lead. 7:20 left, second quarter. Jaime. Ware on the putback, but it ricochets off, and he got fouled.
He's so long, and he's doing a nice job of really establishing himself and getting good position on the weak side of the rim. Finding Jaquez on the left side, he goes right, kind of comes off the baseline there and gets behind the defender, so he can really take up all that space and finish anything as it dribbles off the rim there, able to draw the foul. 2 shots now for Kel'el.
Gary Payton with his second foul. Let's pause for a word from Bacardi.
You fall in love, sing boom, the sky up above.
Now Pelle Larsson coming back. Andrew Wiggins sits down. Wiggins to the bench with 7 points and 4 rebounds. Larsson returns with 6 points. John Kel'el Ware 4 consecutive double-doubles coming into this game, where he averaged 15 points and 14 rebounds a game.
Yeah, that's just great consistency, and that's what you want from Kel'el. You want him to play with intensity for longer spurts of time, higher motor. That's what they need from him. If they can get he and Bam playing together, with that kind of intensity, might be tough to beat.
Brandon Pajemski, 22 years old, originally from Greenfield, Wisconsin. 7 points. Jaquez, short, gets it back, and loses the ball out of bounds. That'll be Warriors ball with 6:49 left here in the second quarter.
Tough shot there in traffic. He's falling behind the curve here, Jaime, kind of forcing this one a bit in traffic. He's 1 for 6 right now, and just not able to get a go and score the basketball, but he's been good in terms of creating with 3 assists now, getting his teammates involved.
Ware out, Bam back in. Heat ahead by 11. There's Mitchell, chase Pajemski. Healed with 6 on the shot clock. Good dig. Excellent dig. Oh no, Peyton Jr. Peyton the second, I should say, got the rebound and got fouled.
Such a bad miss there on the front rim, just bounced right into Peyton's hands. Good defense, 2 defenders on the ball there, but this has been Miami's Achilles heel on the defensive end, is not being able to come up with those defensive rebounds and keep opponents in the game with those second chance opportunities.
It is frustrating, John, when you come up with a stop and then you can't capitalize with a rebound.
No, it's really draining as a defender. You spend a lot of energy on the initial part of the defense, and then to have the ball either bounce out or bounce right to your opponent again, you got to start all over again defensively. It's deflating.
Fontecchio and Jaquez out, by the way, for the Heat. Gary Payton the second with 5 points. It's a 9-point Miami lead. Warriors in that 2-3 zone defense. Bam in the middle of it. Powell to the paint. Oh, rejected by Jackson Davis. What a terrific block for him. Gary Payton over Fontecchio, who comes down with a defensive boot. Pushing tempo. Larson knocks it down.
Really good delivery by Fontecchio. 3-on-2 break with the bounce, and Larson changing pace there.
Heat by 11, 5:45 left, second quarter. Jackson Davis underneath against Powell, and he takes the foul. The Heat guarding the 6'9" Jackson Davis with smaller players, and they pick up the team foul.
10 fast break points because of plays like this. Fontecchio pushing the field 3-on-2, and Larson kind of putting the brakes on and fooling the defender there, using the glass effectively. Miami with an 11-point lead. Those 10 fast break points make a difference. They're quality shots, they're layups going to the rim, or little 2-foot jump stop type shots like that. That's just quality looks for Miami, who continues to attack the paint.
Pat Spencer and Moses Moody both back in for Golden State. They could not inbound the ball, and the Warriors expend the timeout. Coach Spo and the Heat with an 11-point lead.
Welcome back to Heat Basketball here inside the Kaseya Center. Will Mantle alongside the coach Ron Rothstein. The Heat up 11. A preview of what's coming up on Heat Halftime presented by your South Florida Chevy dealers. Ron, I'll never complain about an 11-point lead, so I'm certainly not going to do that, but it feels like this lead should be more the way the Warriors are shooting.
Listen, they're only shooting 23% and they're only down 11. If I'm on their bench, I'm encouraged. As far as we're concerned, I think we're not taking the same shots we would take if the main guys were on the court. We're not moving the ball the same way. We're trying to do a little too much individually, and that's not our game.
Not their game, but again, as Ron mentioned, 11-point lead. Warriors feel they're still in it. Heat feel they got more to give. Let's enjoy the rest of the first half with Eric and John. We'll see you back for Heat Halftime, presented by your South Florida Chevy dealers.
You guys were right on the pulse of this thing. I would call this an uncomfortable 11-point lead for Miami with 5.5 minutes left in the half. Hield missing from 3. Jackson Davis, that man's got 6 rebounds already. Hield open is Podziemski from downtown, and he nails it. 10 points now for the third-year man out of Santa Clara, making his 8th start.
Yeah, getting an open look there on the driving kick from Hield.
Adebayo short on the 3. Jackson Davis with another rebound. It's his 7th, and he's only played 10 first-half minutes. Pat Spencer. Now Hield. Jackson Davis with a step, and Larson commits the foul.
Yeah, Larson overcommitted there. Kind of went for the steal. He's undersized, trying to guard that 6'9" big man inside Jackson Davis, but quick wheel and attack to the basket, and Larson fouls him hard to prevent that easy layup.
Trace Jackson Davis, second-round pick back in 2023, originally from Long Beach, California. Had a great career in Bloomington for the Indiana Hoosiers. Their all-time leader in rebounds and blocks, their number 3 scorer. They've had a lot of great ones there, and he left his mark in the Hoosier record books. He makes them both for his first 2 points of the game. A 6-point Heat lead. Oh, the steal by Hield. 4-point game. It was just what your concern was for the Heat, that they would let their guard down emotionally against an understaffed Golden State team. That's a travel on Fontecchio.
Yeah, changed his pivot foot there on the Miami side, and 9 turnovers already here with the steal by Hield. Your coach Spo called those pick sixes because there's nobody back to defend Buddy Hield. Easy run in and dunk for him, and then another turnover here with the footwork. And making this game a lot closer than it should be right now. That shoots confidence into the arm of these guys on the Golden State side.
Yeah, uncomfortable to watch the Heat right now. The Warriors on an 11-2 run. 4:17 left here in the second quarter. Well, Coach Spo didn't need much ammunition. You know, a week ago, Miami got beat by a Cleveland team -3 of their starters. That was the reminder to be ready for a Warriors team without Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, and Al Horford, just to name the key guys missing. Bujemski on the move against Bam. The air ball comes down to Powell. Mitchell down the freeway, but he missed. And here comes Pat Spencer, the former All-American lacrosse player at college. Bujemski got tangled up with Powell, and Norman Powell commits his 3rd foul.
And Norman Powell is not in his normal sync here offensively either. 1 for 4 from the field, really just 12 minutes played. He's not been able to get into any kind of rhythm, picking up that 3rd personal foul. He'll be sitting down here the rest of the half.
Second game in a row that Powell's gotten off slowly. He finished the Knick game on Monday with 19, but 8 of them, thank goodness, came in the 4th quarter. Fontecchio also sits, so it's Jaquez and Wiggins, Adebayo, Mitchell, and Larson for the Heat. Buddy Hield for 3. Well, Hield has tripled twice. He's got 10 points off their bench, and we got ourselves a 1-point game and a 14-2 Golden State run. Bam underneath with the left, he puts it down.
Need more of that by Bam, asserting himself. Quick face-up baseline drive.
3:20 left in the second quarter. Moody. Bujemski on the move. Moody leaning in, and that's an offensive foul. Larson draws the charge. Oh, good job by the tough as nails, Pelle Larsson, an updated version of Thunder Dan Marley.
He's stepping right in front after getting off his guy. Boy, his feet outside the restricted area. Excellent focus and concentration. You can tell by his reaction. That one hurt a little bit.
He's a former teammate of Thunder Dan. He wore the same number 9 here in Miami.
Yeah, great player and better guy.
Bam has it ricochet off the rim. Rebound comes down to Buddy Hield. We're under 3 minutes left in the first half. Hield driving on Larson. Loose ball. Spencer to the deck for it. Post straight away through. Well, the effort for Golden State resulting in a tie game at 43 apiece. It's a 17-4 run for Golden State to open to tie this game at 43.
Yeah, the 7-footer, this is part of his game. He gets it back, sets his feet. Look at that excellent form by the 7-footer, stroking that 3-pointer straight away. And this young upstart Golden State team playing with confidence right now, tying the game.
Quentin Post with 7 points, all here in the second quarter. And John, we know all about Buddy Hield. We've watched him play ever since his first-team All-American days as an Oklahoma Sooner.
Yeah, hard drive attack sets up the 3-point barrage. And excellent defense gets him a breakaway easy one there. And when he gets it going, he's a guy who's going to shoot it with great volume. And when he starts seeing him go through, that hoop looks bigger and bigger. Buddy Hield right now, a big part of this comeback and tying the game right now just before the half.
Let's pause for a quick message from FPL.
At FPL, our teams are working every day because reliability isn't an option, it's a commitment. FPL, working for you every single day.
Well, Miami had a 13-point lead with 7:17 left in this quarter. Since then, a 17-4 Golden State run. A 14-point quarter for the Heat. There's Buddy. Always has his friends and followers. He's from Freeport in the Bahamas. Had a terrific college career. Former Big 12 Player of the Year. Won the Wooden and Naismith Award when he averaged 25 points per game as a senior.
Back to a 2-3 zone. The Warriors trying to slow Miami down.
Larson cross court for Bam. Jaquez triple. Wiggins ricochets off, and it comes down to Moses Moody. Well, the Knicks in 2 straight games used the 2-3 zone with some success against the Heat. The Warriors taking a page out of that. Here's Hield. And Pat Spencer runs it down. He's getting out hustled right. Podziemski stripped by Jaquez out of bounds. Leaves 5 seconds on the shot clock for the Heat. Excuse me, for the Warriors here. Pat Spencer, a little late on the pickup, but he's going to take it out. Threw it behind post into the backcourt for the turnover. Turnover has been a weakness for the Warriors, and Steve Kerr, their coach, pointed it out. He said, we're 8-0 with fewer turnovers, 1-7 when we commit more turnovers than the opponent. Heat with 9 turnovers tonight, the Warriors so far with 6. Game is tied. 1:45 left in the half. Larson from the corner. Yikes, that was way off.
Well, looked like it was deflected, though. It was blocked on the shot attempt.
Going to stay with the Heat with 7 on the shot clock.
Pelle Larsson here. Looks like the ball gets deflected by the closeout defender.
Mitchell finally loops it in the bank. And Spencer right there in his hip pocket. Jaquez. Spencer with Larson right there. Oh, Spencer threw it out of bounds. By the way, Pat Spencer, who grew up in Baltimore, went to famed Boys Latin High School, was an All-American high school lacrosse player. Went to Loyola on the lacrosse scholarship. Not just a good lacrosse player. This guy, that's going to count for Bam. Bam with the bucket, he's going to go to the free throw line.
Love the way Bam attacked on that last possession, trailing again. Quick ball fake and gets inside the zone. And with the contact by Spencer, lets the ball go and give it a chance, and he does. Nothing but net and one opportunity here for Bam. Let's see if that gets him going a little bit more.
He needs something to spark them. By the way, getting back to Pat Spencer, not just a good lacrosse player, one of the best to ever play the sport at the collegiate level, the all-time Division I assist leader. He won the 2019 Tewaaraton Award, which is basically the Heisman Trophy for college lacrosse. Tenacious All-American attackman, and he has earned his right to play in the NBA. What a great journey he's taken. That's a travel on post.
Boy.
John, I've always felt lacrosse and basketball have some definite similarities.
Well, the spacing, obviously, and you can see by the way he moves and cuts. He's got great footwork, but turnovers on the Golden State side hurting them in these last 3 possessions.
Jaquez bulls his way in. He's stubborn. He was just stubborn until he got that score. He's got 5 points. The Heat lead by 5, and we got a technical foul. And Spencer, the one that got teamed. Well, Jaquez and Spencer going at it verbally. Double text.
Looks like Spencer right here was mixed up and tied up with Jaquez Jr. and on the make. Little flex there by Jaquez, and Spencer didn't like that at all.
You know what you got there? 2 competitors. Under a minute left here in the second quarter. Spencer wearing the number 61. Davion right there with him. Spencer, tough one, missed it. Larson with a rebound. That's tenacious defense by Mitchell. Wiggins. What the Heat have to do right now, meet the emotional challenge that the Warriors have presented, because this undermanned Golden State team is just playing harder and feistier.
Great defense here, Davion Mitchell on the ball. Look how many times he's going to turn Spencer, forcing him to spin back, and then the contest right at the end. That takes so much individual effort to do that. He makes it look so easy, but he's moving his feet, he's staying in position, he's not lunging and picking up a cheap foul, and then ultimately the contest puts Spencer in a really tough position.
John, underrated part of the Heat's early season success, the baton passing of Drew Smith and Davion Mitchell. That's 48 minutes of relentless point guard defense.
Yeah, it really matters. I mean, if you look down, it wasn't quite on the camera there, but Spencer, who was playing the point guards, bent at the knees, gasping for breath after that last possession, and Coach Kerr just saw that and took him out of the game where he can get a rest because of that defense on the ball. When you're handling the ball in that point guard spot, and I've been there, and you got a guy dogging you like that, it's exhausting trying to make that play, waiting for your teammates to come off screens and keep that guy off you.
6-point Heat lead, 18 seconds left in the second quarter. Podziemski yo-yoing with Drew Smith eyeballing. 7 on the shot clock. Hield gets a look. Jackson Davis, the offensive board and putback score. In the Wiggins, and the half-court heave not on target. Meanwhile, Jackson Davis, 8 first-half rebounds. Now picture this, the Warriors shoot 28%, and they're only down by 4 points through 2 difficult quarters here in Miami. Golden State without Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green. Well, they played with heart. They out to center when you're watching NBA basketball, but to be honest, a rather choppy first half for Miami. Looked like it was going to be easy. They got off to a 20-4 lead. They were held to 20 points in the second quarter, and their 49-point first half, their lowest scoring first half this season. So an uncomfortable lead at the half for Miami. Eric Reed with John Crotty. John, I think the offensive rebounds for Golden State, an indicator of their effort. They had 12 offensive rebounds through the first 2 quarters. They shot under 30%, and they're still in the game.
Yeah, it's troubling, and it's something Miami has to clean up. You would hope with Bam Adebayo back, Miami can turn the corner there. Let's show a little bit of what he did here in the first half, and got off to a decent start, being able to attack. He had 8 points and really got into the flow with the 3-ball a bit, working as a trailer coming off on the offensive side. Defensively, he showed his versatility, guarding smaller players on the ball, making plays to allow Miami to get out in transition, quick catch and go move, and finishing at the rim. So those 8 points on 3 of 6 shooting, made a 3-ball and had a couple of rebounds and some solid defense, but he'd need more example setting offense and defense by Bam here in the second half.
Some Grey Goose numbers, decent return for Bam, a 10-point first half for Buddy Hield, who's already taken 9 threes in the game and made just 2. Remember, they shot 28% in the first half and went just 6 of 27 from 3, yet they're just 4 points down.
Yes.
John, one of the things that hurt Miami offensively, Norman Powell, just 3 points in the first half on 1 of 4 shooting. Remember, Powell came in averaging 25.5 points a game.
Yeah, looked very frustrated, had the 3 personal fouls. And then I thought the Golden State bench really was surprisingly impactful too, outscoring Miami's bench, which is the 3rd best in the league. 24-17.
Larson off balance and off target. Moses Moody with the rebound. We're underway here in the 3rd quarter. It's Larson, Mitchell, Adebayo, Wiggins, and Powell for the Heat. Podziemski, Buddy Hield, Jackson Davis, who gets fouled by the undersized Pelle Larsson. That's Larson's 2nd foul.
Solid post position there by Jackson Davis on the interior there, and they go right over the top. Again, 6'5" on 6'9". It's a tough matchup for Pelle. There's nobody behind, so they can lob it right over top. Norman Powell stretched all the way out on the weak side of the floor. So the Warriors getting the matchups they want there, and not enough pressure on the ball despite the front by Pelle Larsson. He's going to pick up that foul.
Jackson Davis getting the start tonight, and for the injured Draymond Green, he's got 5 points, and he's got 8 rebounds. But just to reset for the Warriors, no Steph Curry, no Jimmy Butler, no Draymond Green, and no Al Horford tonight. And right now they have been a stubborn opponent. Heat awaiting the return of Tyler Hero, which should be within the next week or two. We hope. Powell needs to get untrapped. Larson to the paint. A kick out for Wiggins. Kaboom. Inside out, always pretty. Second trade tonight for Wiggins.
Good driving kick action there, though. Right on time for Miami.
So Wiggins with a couple of threes. He has 11 points. Moody bumping with Ben. Air balls to the hook, and Moody hustles to it. Oh, happening all too often. The Heat get beat at one spot and then another. A 3-point chance for Jackson Davis.
He is big, he is physical, and he's taking up space. A direct run inside and then getting to the open area on the save. Jackson Davis has been outstanding in the front court right now for Golden State, making things happen, not just rebounding the ball, but scoring as of late.
Wiggins picking up his 3rd foul, so him and Powell each have 3 fouls. A 52-49 Miami lead. Just a couple minutes into this 3rd quarter. Bam. Now Wiggins for 3. No, Heat under 40% shooting. Miami playing this game in quicksand right now. Jackson Davis with Bam and his back pocket. 7 on the shot clock. 2 to shoot. Moody on the lob, and it's picked off by Mitchell, and a foul with 0.2 of a second left in the possession. That's frustrating for the Heat. Mitchell with the foul. And that's number 3 on Davion. So 3 Heat starters, all with 3 fouls.
It looks like Mitchell got into the body to prevent that easy lob and catch and finish, but it'll be side out here instead of shooting for Golden State.
3 team fouls for the Heat in the first 2 minutes of the quarter. 4 on the shot clock now for Golden State. Moody and Bam with a rebound and trap. Larson. Here comes Hield. Brzezemski driving on Wiggins. Missed it badly. Powell has it, and here they come. Larson. Fouled by Moody. John, the faster the Heat play, the better they play.
Yeah, I agree. And it's because you're beating the defense down the floor. They can't set. They can't really load towards the basketball. And a great push. Norman Powell pitching it ahead and going against the grain is Pelle Larsson getting to the body there of the defender Moody. He'll get 2 shots.
You give the Warriors credit right now. Their 6th game on what has been a 10-day road trip for them. Playing their 3rd game in 4 nights. Playing without 3 starters. And John, Steve Kerr's team is playing hard and scrappy, and the Heat battling both the Warriors and that human condition of exhaling with the best players on the other squad out.
Yeah, agreed. Sort of a laissez-faire type mentality here. They got to generate their own excitement. You can feel the building right now getting antsy and want something to cheer about. Miami can make a run here. I think the crowd will really be engaged.
Buddy Hield deep in the corner against Powell. To the paint. Lost it to Larson. For the driving Wiggins. Up tempo is good for Miami. 13 for Wiggins. A 7-point lead for the Heat.
Good attack again. Getting out quickly. Pushing. You can tell at halftime they said, let's get it and go.
And Buddy Hield noted for his outside shooting. Drove to the basket for his 12-point. Bam back the other end. And Brzezemski clears the glass. Bam defending Moody. Powell on the rookie Will Richard. Who lobbed it over the head of Jackson Davis for the turnover. Davion on a pitch back. Good closeout by Richard. Powell. Excuse me, that was Larson. He missed it. Bam with the offensive board. Powell. Kaboom. That's like medicine for Norman Powell. His second tray of the game, just his second score of this game. Gives the Heat an 8-point lead. The Warriors take the timeout.
Miami executing right now in the half court. We don't see many screens set, but freeze it right there. A stagger screen right here by two different Miami players allows Norman Powell to come up off the screen here into this area. And on that catch, go ahead and roll it. He's drawing so much defensive help. It allows a quick drive and then a kick outside to Andrew Wiggins, who gets a really good look there in the offense. And we don't see Miami run a lot of screens, but when they do, they've got great spacing. Nice execution there by the Miami offense. And I think coming out of the half, Coach Spo is going to have some targeted calls like that to try to jumpstart the offense.
Miami holding Golden State to 29% shooting, but the Warriors somehow, some way, staying attached to the lead. It's an 8-point Miami lead, 8:10 to play here in the third. Happy with us always as the Heat wrap up this homestand. Next two are on the road in Chicago Friday and Philly Sunday afternoon. Quentin Post and Pat Spencer are in. That's Spencer, a three from the hip from way downtown Miami. And Spencer comes up with a three ball, just his sixth triple this season.
Boy, a short clock too. That's why he took it with such range. That really slows the momentum down. Miami had a nice run going there into that three.
Granny, that was a 31-footer. Bam, jump hook. Wiggins missing on the tip. Post. Finally clears. Oh, elbows thrown left and right by Quentin Post. He with a 5-point lead. Six on the 24. Spencer for the cutting. Payton the second. That's pretty basketball for them. 7 points for Gary Payton the second. Now 32 years old.
Got to guard those cuts. Spencer finding Payton on the move.
Davion with a bump. Got blocked from behind by Payton Jr. By the way, Pat Spencer tonight, 5 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. Johnny's got the best plus-minus in the game at a plus 13. A winning competitor is Spencer. Wiggins has it roll off. Just a 3-point Heat lead. Under 7 minutes left here in the third. Larson creeping up on Moody. Mitchell on the 7-footer, Quentin Post. 4 on the shot clock. Oh, great cross-court pass by Spencer. Podziemski got fouled.
Boy, hanging around this Golden State team here on a skip pass from Spencer across to change the angle and a hard baseline drive. Podziemski kind of leaning in and exaggerating a bit there, but he's going to get 2 free throws, his 4th and 5th of the night.
4th foul on Davion Mitchell. He comes out. Drew Smith is coming in. Jaime Jaquez is going to come in as well. Well, he got to regroup, and we will too, with a message from Kia. This feel of uncomfort for most of this game. Miami jumped in front of the Warriors early. Jumped out in front 20-4. And it's been Golden State ever since. A dozen points for Podziemski. 1-point lead for the Heat. Warriors still in the 2-3 zone, John. And a travel. John, why has the zone been able to slow down Miami over these last 3 games?
It's getting them away from a lot of the movement and the cutting and the hard drives. It clogs the paint and prevents some of those drive into the thick of the defense there, into the paint. And Miami has to continue to stay resilient and tough-minded with a couple swing passes and continued dribble attack.
Oh, Post pulling his way for the inside score. He's got 9 points. Listen, everybody watches film and dissects it. If they see a strategy that works, they will repeat and reuse, and that's the Heat are going to have to solve this to get out of it. Bam for a corner three. Bam Adebayo, he's tripled twice in his comeback game. He's got 11 points, lifting the Heat to a modest 2-point lead. Moody coming baseline, cut off.
Oh, he's
in
traveling.
trouble. Take your pick. 3 seconds, out of bounds, take your pick.
Exactly. Just absolutely converged upon. He overcommitted it underneath the basket.
Powell draws the foul on Pat Spencer and will get 3 free throws. Norman Powell, Monday was his first game, the game against the Knicks without a 3. He's got a couple of them tonight.
They're calling that side out. They're not going to call that in the act of shooting. They're going to call that a rip through. So no free throws there for Norman Powell, who's disappointed.
So here comes Jaime. Down the highway, but he missed. He did draw the foul. Johnny, it's been tougher on Jaquez over the last 4 games. His field goal percentage is under 40%. He's finding himself in more crowded and difficult situations.
Well, it's related to the zone defense. Again, the zone defense clogs the paint. And Jaime's game is getting into the paint and really driving to score a pass. He leads the team in over 14 drives a game. So it's become harder for him because of the way this zone is collapsing the paint, daring Miami to get more outside oriented.
He will play the Bulls in Chicago on Friday night and then play the Sixers in Philadelphia Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock. Both of those games right here on FanDuel Sports Network. Miami in a battle. 64-60, the Heat lead at 5:16 left here in the third quarter. The underman Warriors overachieving right now. Spencer coming back to his left. Off the bobble, Post has 3 on the shot clock. Spencer with 1 to shoot. And the rebound to Podziemski. Podziemski driving. Got to defend all over again. Post, corner 3. A Quentin Post capitalizes on another offensive rebound for Golden State. It's a 1-point Heat lead, and the Warriors showing some vulnerabilities again with that Heat defensive rebound. Post with a triple. Our timeout being powered by your South Florida Ford dealers.
Looking forward to that. They're very young and talented and starting to play with some real confidence, Detroit.
Heat's next opponent of the Bulls, they finish their long West Coast road trip tonight in Portland. Chicago very good at home, 5-1. We'll see them at the United Center on Friday night. 8 o'clock start, 7:30 Heat line. Here's Powell on a pull-up and a knockdown. That would help what ails the Heat. Norman Powell to start generating more offense. A 3-point Heat lead. Miami actually fell behind by a point halfway through this quarter. It's the only Golden State lead of the game. It was at 60-59. Oh, G. Santos losing the ball out of bounds, but last touch by Jaquez leaves 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Khalil Ware going to come on for Bam Adebayo. Bam with 11 points, 5 rebounds in his 22 minutes. Khalil Ware had 3 points in the first half, but he did have 8 rebounds in his 10 minutes.
Yeah, they're going to kind of monitor Bam's minutes, I think, and try to keep them at 30 or below.
Hield misses the 3. Another offensive rebound for the Warriors, and that's almost unforgivable for the Heat to let 6'2" point guard Pat Spencer get an offensive rebound and put back. So it's a 1-point Heat lead as Larson drives in. Misses a very difficult shot and the tip as well. Golden State, by the way, with 15 offensive rebounds. There's a triple by Post, and he kissed it goodbye. He's got 8 points in the quarter, 15 for the game, which is his season high. The Warriors up by 2. Drew Smith missing on the layup, and the Heat flirting with a big heartache if they can't straighten this out. John, the Heat bench has been outscored tonight 41-19. Biggest lead of the game for the Warriors right now. Here's Post, who is at the moment on fire.
Oh my! You got Ware up in the air with that ball fake, and he's an outstanding shooter. You can tell by his form and then his ability to get the shot there. That ball fake set up that mid-range pull-up.
17-point season high for Quentin Post, who came in averaging 5 points a game. And John, this is what happens in New York a few days ago. No Jalen Brunson and no Anunoby, and you get Landry Shamet going off for 39. Tonight, without all the Warriors stars, it gives a platform and a stage for others to show their skill.
And they're hungry and they're working hard every day, and a lot of people don't know who these players are, but they're talented, and when they get a chance to show it, they're going to. And you know, the coaching staff loves this on Steve Kerr's side, because they're learning a lot more about their guys too, who are getting exceptionally more minutes than they usually do due to Steph Curry and Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler and company being out. But they're seeing them in pressure. They're seeing them work together as a unit, and it's encouraging when you're working with these guys who put so much time in and seeing it come to fruition.
Drew Smith getting a couple of free throws to drop. Miami trailing by 3 there.
That being said, Miami's just got to dig in here. There's plenty of time. Just want to see them go on that 10-0 run here and just take control of this game. When are they going to do it? It's got to start here on the defensive end, I believe.
Smith only got 1 of those free throws, by the way. G. Santos gets fouled. And it's going to go on Jaquez.
Too many fouls, too many, reach in and bailouts on the defensive end for Miami right now to make the run. They got to be more consistent. They got to be disciplined here. This is jumping up in the air in those scenarios is not good disciplined defense.
Well, G. Santos missing the first. The crowd is restless. Well, Quentin Post has a career high of 20 points. Right now, he's got 17 in his 19 minutes of play. Santos made the second. Warriors with a 4-point lead, matching their largest of the game. Jaquez using glass but missing. Rebound batted around. Jaime has it. Oh, he's battling for every bucket he gets.
Boy, he put that left shoulder right in the chest of the 7-footer Post and punished him there, using that backboard with the back shot.
9 points for Jaquez. 2-point lead for the Warriors. You got the 7-footer Ware on the point guard Spencer, and a point guard on Quentin Post, who throws it over the head and hands of the outstretched Buddy Hield for the 13th Golden State turnover.
Little blood situation here. Post took a shot from Jaquez Jr. in the mouth, and he's bleeding, so referees trying to address that. I don't know how they're going to get that lip to stop that quick.
Well, folks, meet Quentin Post from Amsterdam.
He has been good and surprising. He's getting an opportunity inside, outside. He's got great form on that release out beyond the arc on Kalel up in the air. That's what I'm talking about, being disciplined, staying down in the stance. And, the Warriors have been able to get the Heat on roller skates out there defensively.
Your extraordinary player brought to you by your Southern Lexus dealers. There's Quentin Post, 25 years old, second season, after finishing up his collegiate career at Boston College. And he left the game, walked into the Warriors dressing room.
He's probably going to need a stitch or two and have to go in the dressing room to get stitched up.
Jaime Jaquez on a pitch back for Kel'el Ware's jump shot. Misses the 2. There's not enough transition or rhythm in the Heat offensively tonight. Moody for 3. Airballed it, and look at the hustle by Santos, but the Heat able to get a steal by Jaquez. Jaime. Nice pass for Drew Smith. Blocked by Gary Payton II. Defends a little bit like his dad, tenaciously. Spencer for 3. And Wiggins has it. Warriors get back well defensively. Kalel had it broken up. The 11th Heat turnover. Santos triples. And John, another snappy assist from Pat Spencer. Well, the Warriors now with their largest lead tonight at 74-69. He'd have been outscored 29-20 in the quarter. Backdoor cut. Wiggins for 2.
Good move there by Wiggins, and Jaquez finding him on the move, and 2 easy points for Miami, getting into the paint and finishing there.
He'd have been held down in the paint. They're one of the best teams in the paint this year, but not this night. Santos rebounded Jackson Davis, but he had to push off to get that one. That's his foul, and his first foul tonight.
Need more of this passing and cutting, and Jaquez finding the backdoor cut there by Wiggins, beating Payton and finishing right at the rim with some touch. Andrew Wiggins, 6 of 13 now. He's got 15 points to lead Miami.
You know, John, the Heat have had their share of 40-point quarters this year. You realize they only have 42 points over the last 2 quarters of this game. First of 2 free throws for Drew Smith. Buddy Hield coming back. Gary Payton II will come out.
On release 1.
Payton 6 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal and a block. Well, Miami trailing by 2 as we wind down here in the 3rd quarter. Another impressive quarter for the undermanned Golden State Warriors. 5 seconds left in the period. Here's Spencer, picked up by Ware with 1 second on the clock. He missed it. But the Warriors outscore the Heat in the 3rd quarter, 29-23. We'll take a 2-point lead into the 4th quarter inside the Kaseya Center. Miami not wanting to let this happen, not wanting to let this game slip away. Come back and free shipping on orders of $99 or more. Scan the QR code or head to MiamiHeatStore.com/register to sign up for free right now. A painful 3rd quarter for the Heat. They made just 7 of their 23 shots. They were able to score just 23 points. And, John, they start the 4th quarter trailing the Warriors by 2. Jaquez down the lane got turned back.
This is anyone's game right now. I mean, Miami really has to pick it up and get it done on both ends.
Wiggins missing the baseline jumper and a foul underneath on the Warriors.
Good work on the weak side there by Ware. Get pushed in the back. That's a good offensive possession. Quality shot for Andrew Wiggins on the baseline.
We welcome you back. Start of the 4th quarter here on FanDuel Sports Network. The 8-6 Heat, the 9-7 Warriors, who are finishing up a 6-game road trip. Exhausting journey for them. Steve Kerr had some critical and some insightful thoughts on the current state of the NBA schedule. And Ware driving in for the score.
Boy, that is a welcome sight right there. It's been a challenge for Ware to get into this game. 1 for 5 up until that hard dive cut and finish.
Hield missed the triple. That's the 10th rebound of the game for Colette. Wiggins accelerating, no finish. And the rebound comes down to the Warriors. As Gary Payton II is having a strong performance at Spencer. And there's Ware again. He's been active and impactful again. 6 straight double-figure rebound game, and Drew Smith just threw that one right to a wide-open Eric Spoelstra. Johnny was open.
He was. He wasn't on the court, though. Just fumbled it, lost it, trying to go to Jaquez Jr. That's why he used 2 hands on the ball.
Buddy Hield. G. Santos. Hield to the paint. Jackson Davis deep inside. Santos for 3. And again, Kalel with a dozen rebounds now. Who's going to light this fire? Here's Fontecchio. And the rebound is Santos. Heat shooting 36% from the field tonight. Warriors at 33%. A difficult game for both teams offensively. 6 on the shot clock. Oh, the deflection by Fontecchio. That's the 15th Golden State turnover. Simone got fouled. Shooting the 3 ball by Buddy Hield.
Wow, what a bad foul. But Excellent ball movement to get Fontecchio the look in the short corner there, and overcommitment by Buddy Hield. He's used to having people do that to him on the three-point line. Drew Smith rifles that one over to Jaquez, and the extra pass gets Fontecchio the opportunity, and Buddy Hield getting into the legs and body there, resulting in the three-shot foul.
Simone averaging 11.5 points a game this year, his first season with the Heat. Came into this game number 3 in the NBA in three-point percentage, right at 50%. He's had 3 triples or more in 4 consecutive games.
Yeah, I love what he's been able to do, and scoring off the bench too. It's a real niche. It's tough to do because you come in and you have to be warmed up right away doing that. He plays in just 19 minutes a game, and his 37 made threes. Let's see, he made 2 tonight, so he's got 39 made threes. That's good enough for second in the league off the bench. So gets into rhythm quickly. He's been such a consistent shooter for Miami as a long-range threat.
Now Fontecchio's got at least 1 triple in all 15 games for Miami. Heat with a 3-point lead. We're a couple minutes into the 4th quarter, and Buddy just did the Heat a favor, dribbling that one right out of bounds. Remember what Steve Kerr said about his Warriors. Their chances for winning decrease with every turnover they commit. That's their 16th. Drew Smith to the paint. Khalil keeping it alive, and Drew Smith took it away from Spencer. Khalil puts it in. Oh, the deft touch by the big fella to guide that one in. Put the Heat up by 5.
Good hustle by Drew Smith, too, and Jaquez. Broken play, 50-50 ball to get where that looked.
9:25 left in the game. The Heat trying to ignite. Spencer, nice pass for Hield. He triples.
They're not going away. They're going to battle it right to the end, but that's what happens when you keep a team like this Warriors team who's hustling and scrapping in. They believe right now.
15th point for Hield. John, the 9th assist for the unheralded and almost unheard of Pat Spencer. The man is spraying dimes all over the Kaseya Center. Let's take a look at our fantastic play brought to you by Vicky Bakery and Khalil Ware.
Boy, it is just anyone's ball here flying around, and Jaquez leading Ware, who gets enough of a hand on it to knock it off the backboard.
Off the Pajemski foul, he reset. Fontecchio missed the run. Ware in traffic. Oh, that would have been a monster sequence for Khalil, who does have 14 rebounds in the game off the bench tonight. 2-point Heat lead, 8:40 left in the game. Pajemski now Hield for 3. Long rebound, stolen away by Drew Smith. He just took it away from Jackson Davis. Drew Smith, he just keeps making winning plays. Simone. Rebound, Jaquez. And the goaltend on G. Santos. Scrappy. Jaime Jaquez Jr. making it happen.
Boy, he had to make it happen in the paint here. It's a wrestling match inside. Here comes Jaquez. Comes flying in. Nobody puts a body on him, and that's a goaltend right there. 2 points for Miami.
Jaquez with 11. 5th Heat player in double figures. Heat up 4. We're 4 minutes into the 4th quarter.
Heat in a 2-3 zone now, matching up. Let's see what the effect it has on the Warriors offense, which is getting a little more deliberate.
Moses Moody comes to a screeching stop. Pajemski with 2 on the shot clock. Way off. And a 15th rebound of the game for Khalil. Remember, Khalil had 20 rebounds against Cleveland. Simone Fontecchio driving on Hield. Pitching back. Khalil. And the rebound of Santos. And a turnover in the backcourt on the Warriors. And Golden State players urging Steve Kerr to maybe take a timeout and challenge. Kerr checking with his bench. Powell and Larson getting set to come in for the Heat. Kerr still conferring with his sideline, and as of this point, no challenge yet.
Yeah, it looks like a bad pass. Steve Kerr, he's going to challenge. He is. Boy, they gave him a long time to evaluate that, didn't they?
So we got a coach's challenge with 7:31 left and a basketball tug of war.
Ruling on the floor of Miami ball is being challenged. On the floor stands. There was not conclusive evidence to overturn. Play will resume with Miami ball. Golden State is out of the challenges for the night, and they'll be charged this timeout.
That's our crew chief, David Guthrie, giving us the results in the Sprite Coaches Challenge. The call on the floor was correct. Wiggins never touched it. G. Santos threw that out of bounds. Now, Miami's outscored Golden State here in the fourth quarter, 9-3. But John, listen, it's doesn't matter if it's pretty or ugly. You just want to win. But this one been on the difficult side for both teams. The Heat are 3 for 12 in the quarter. The Warriors 1 for 6. Powell breaks 3. He broke through for his 10th point of the game to put the Heat up 6.
Right on time for the veteran score to take over and make plays for Miami.
So he and Davion Mitchell each had 8 points in the fourth quarter of the win on Monday night over the Knicks.
Matchup zone again by Miami.
Podziemski got a great look, but he missed it. And Kel'el Ware just commanding minutes. Oh, but he lost the rebound. And the Warriors give it back on the Will Richard fumble. Kel'el Ware, 16 boards. Larson ricochets off to Podziemski. Still a lead of 6 for the Heat with 6:43 left. By the way, Ware has 7 fourth-quarter rebounds. Podziemski gets contact and a Larson foul. That'll be Pelle Larsen's 3rd foul. Heat's first team foul here in the fourth quarter.
Boy, both teams just struggling to score. 34% for Miami shooting, 32 for Golden State. Teams have been able to score at that free throw line. That's what's keeping them in it.
Let's hop into a Hyundai.
Sick car, man.
Can I charge my phone? Can I get the Wi-Fi, please?
Let's put it in sport mode.
Loaded with features for everyone. How it should be. The Hyundai Elantra.
Well, a couple final scores are in. Indiana ends an 8-game losing streak. They beat Charlotte 127-118. And Toronto, the surprise team in the East, with a 121-112 win at Philadelphia. The Raptors go to 10-5. That's their 5th straight win.
Oh, that's impressive. Yeah, that's a team you thought that would be in the bottom 3-4 of the East, and here they are in 3rd place. Tied for 2nd.
Bam Adebayo in. Kel'el Ware sits with his 7 points and his season-high 16. Actually, not season-high. He's got 16 rebounds tonight. 83-78 Heat with 6.5 minutes left. Norman Powell to the paint, to the bucket. Norman dicing through the defense. He's got 2 scores in the fourth quarter, 12 points for the game.
Only 2 of 4 beyond the arc, 5 of 8 overall. His shots really down his field goal attempts.
Podziemski has it rim out. Bam hustles to him. Norman can score in a variety of ways. He's picking his spots for the 2nd straight game in the fourth quarter. Drew Smith sets up Powell for 3. And a rebound in the outstretched hand of Quentin Post. Post with a season-high 17 points in this game. Oh, he bobbled it right into the hands of Bam. 20 Golden State turnovers. Powell got it, plus a foul. Now comes fourth quarter time. Norman is storming.
Boy, you can hear the smack right there on that last one. We're going to go back to the first one. Hard drive, knifing through 2 defenders using the glass, and this one a catch and go. You hear the smack right there by Buddy Hield. In the act of shooting N1 is Norman Powell, and boy, he has picked it up big time here in the fourth quarter, right when the Heat needed to make a run. Up 9 now with a chance to get to 10 if he can convert this free throw.
4th foul on Hield. John, that's what an elite offensive player does. And Norman Powell was that for the Clippers last year. He has been that for the Heat this season, and so important in the absence of Tyler Hero. 2nd straight game he has shined here in the fourth quarter. Had 8 fourth quarter points Monday against the Knicks. He's got 7 fourth quarter points tonight. He scored the Heat's last set. A 10-point Heat lead with 5.5 minutes left, and Quentin Post threw that into the seats. John, it's really remarkable to me that the Warriors are shooting 32%. They've committed 21 turnovers, and they're still within 10 points.
I know. But Miami is has really shot the ball so poorly and been so stagnant. It's one of their worst offensive games we've seen.
How about Norman Powell to the rescue here in the fourth quarter? He's got 9 straight points for Miami and almost forces Steve Kerr into using the timeout. The Heat have jumped in front by 12.
Excellent ball fake, up and under, using that glass. 9 straight points by the veteran, taking Miami to the break.
Showed you your fourth quarter follow-up, brought to you by Ocean Bank. Yeah, Jimmy and Steph got great seats for this game. Bam Adebayo happy to be back after missing 6 in a row with that injury to his big toe. And Bam has played pretty well in his first game back since early in the month. Golden State feasting on the offensive glass. 17 offensive rebounds for 18 second chance points. And Kel'el Ware off the bench. John, you got to respect the response after getting alleviated from his starting job tonight in 19 minutes, 16 rebounds. He had 7 fourth quarter rebounds.
I like the way he's continued to hustle and make plays, but Norman Powell's been really special with 9 points in that fourth quarter so far on 4 of 5 shooting. He's really shouldered the load here and given Miami this 12-point lead.
By the way, Bam and Kel'el tonight have combined for 22 rebounds. The Heat going with Drew Smith, Pelle Larsson, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Norman Powell, and Bam Adebayo. Warriors have Jackson Davis, Quentin Post, Moses Moody, Pat Spencer, and Brandon Podziemski. We got 5:16 left here in the fourth quarter. The Heat up 12. They're on a 9-1 run. Oh, Podziemski got red carpet treatment from the Heat defense there. 14 for him. The lead for Miami is 10. Jaime bumping with Podziemski. Ball rolls off. John, those two go back to competing against each other when it was UCLA against Santa Clara. You'd have to stay up late to watch that. You're not going to lose any sleep to watch them tonight.
On the East Coast for sure, but Jaquez Jr. continues to attack. Excellent change of direction, getting in the paint. And he just hasn't been able to get some of those runners to go. He's 4 of 12 from the field, but this will be his 4th and 5th free throw.
What's it take, John, physically and mentally to penetrate, take hits, and get your work done in the paint night after night?
I think, a relentless approach of trying to get to the rim and find those seams and gaps. He's a physical guy, in particular, Jaquez Jr. at 6'6". He's about 225 pounds. He's averaging 12 points a game in the paint every night. That's 9th in the association. It's impressive he's doing it while coming off the bench.
4:47 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Heat ahead by 11. Heat in the 2-3 zone. They are extending it out to the edges. Podziemski for 3. He nailed it. Brandon Podziemski with 17 points tonight. Down the other end, Bam on the move. Short, and Quentin Post with a rebound. It's an 8-point Heat lead. Still a dangerous game. By the way, career high 10 assists for this young former lacrosse All-American who knocks in the bucket. He continues to be a pain in the you-know-where to Miami tonight. 9 points, 10 assists, 7 rebounds for the former lacrosse Heisman Trophy winner. It's a 6-point Heat lead, which comes up immediately following this fourth quarter inside the beautiful Kaseya Center in downtown Miami, right alongside Biscayne Bay. Well, the Warriors, John, a very stubborn visitor.
Yeah, they've been able to hang around, making plays. Tough step back by Podziemski, who's really been struggling shooting from the field, but Spencer able to get the shot he wants, getting inside, sealing the defender, mid-range pull-up there, and we're back to a 6-point lead for Miami with 4:16 left. Just very uncomfortable right now. You got to continue to play it out. Coach Spo puts 4 starters in and leaves Jaime Jaquez Jr. out there to help finish this game.
Miami's held Golden State to 11 points in the fourth quarter, to 35% shooting, and have forced them into 21 turnovers, and they're still in a fight to the finish. Defies logic. Norman Powell guarded by the aggressive Pat Spencer. Powell to the paint. Got it in! He went under Quentin Post that time. 11 fourth quarter points for Powell. 8-point Heat lead. Spencer. Oh, what a great pass. That's a great pass. I just had a John Stockton flashback. 19 points for Quentin Post. It's a 6-point game for the Heat.
Good.
The 11th assist for Spencer.
Good cut inside by Post to make himself available for that bounce pass.
Bam for 3. Yes. Big basket for Adebayo. His 3rd triple of the game puts the Heat up by 9. 3:20 to play. Podziemski fouled by Wiggins. Wiggins will pick up his 4th. 2nd team foul on Miami.
Big Bam, quick reversal pass, Post late getting out. No problem for the big man, knocking down his 3rd triple of the night. He's got 14 points, and Podziemski, boy, he has been active drawing fouls. Boy, almost knocking down another 3 there.
Oh, Powell had it poked away. Jaquez boots it away. Here comes Podziemski. And Mitchell back tips it away. Heat ball.
Boy, he back tips it, but he knocks it off Podziemski at the same time. So it's Heat ball as opposed to the Warriors underneath. Great hustle by Davion Mitchell.
22 Golden State turnovers. We're under 3 minutes left here in the 4th quarter. Heat holding on to a 9-point lead. Bam, 16-footer. Ring it up for Bam Adebayo. He's got the Heat's last 5 points, and he's put Miami in front by 11.
Miami's talent ringing through here with Powell and Bam making plays in the critical 4th quarter.
Deflected ball stolen by Wiggins. 23 turnovers. Mitchell. He missed it. Good hustle defense by Podziemski and a foul in the backcourt on the Heat.
Oh, what an effort here. And not able to convert is Davion Mitchell. It just comes off too hard. Bam stepping across, and the positive here, pick and roll action as he flares out and the defense runs away. You never leave a guy with the basketball, and that's a 16-footer knocked down by Bam, who looks in rhythm despite missing 6 games. 16 points for him, 6 rebounds, couple of assists, and just 26 minutes. Coach Spo got to be thoughtful, I'm sure, with his minutes right now, trying to let him work his way in. And so nice to have Bam here at the end of the game here in the 4th to make plays.
You know, Norman Powell had a 15-point 4th quarter at New York. He's got 11 4th quarter points tonight. That's Hield from the corner. Yikes. Buddy Hield got a couple of threes in the 4th quarter. 4 triples on the night. He's got 18 points. Miami's ahead by 8 with 2:08 left. Powell and Adebayo have scored 16 of Miami's last 17 points. Those two play pitch and catch. Here comes Bam on the drive and score. Bam Adebayo chiming in at a very important time. 7 straight points for him. Moody's miss, saved by Podziemski. 1:45 left in the game. Heat in front by 10. Hield doubled, now it's Mitchell on with 3 on the shot clock. Moody just gets it off, but he missed it, and Bam has the rebound and is fouled in the backcourt by Spencer. You know, it feels like the Heat are going to hold off a feisty Golden State group tonight.
Big Bam right here on the kick-out pass. Love the ball fake, getting into post body, and the floater with some touch. 18 points now for Bam, and the captain leading the way.
It's been one of Bam's better 4th quarters of the season. Got a 12-point 4th quarter in the loss at San Antonio. Bam tonight with 8 4th quarter points now with that free throw. The Warriors road trip began 10 nights ago with a 24-point loss at Oklahoma City. Then they won 2 in a row in San Antonio and then blew out the Pelicans in New Orleans. Last night they lost at Orlando. They will be happy to head home for the next 5 games. A 9-point 4th quarter for Miami. John, the last 9 points of the game go to Bam. And the Heat are up by a dozen. Podziemski missed it. Rebound and Powell. You know, one of the recipes of a successful playoff caliber season is winning at home. And the goal always, if you want to be an elite team, get yourself to 30 wins at home. Powell for three, drains it. It's the Powell and Adebayo show here in the fourth quarter. A 14-point fourth quarter for Powell. Hield on the miss, Spencer on the glass. With the Heat up by 15. Spencer puts it in. Going to keep fighting until the very end. A career night for him with 11 points, a career high 12 assists, and a career high 8 rebounds. Wiggins banks it in.
Good attack, leading with the left shoulder. But working that baseline hard, using the glass.
This could be the Heat's third straight, well, actually their fourth straight win over the Warriors. They swept them last year. Golden State will fall to 1-4 against the East, with their only win coming against Indiana. Miami will go to 4-3 against the West. More importantly, the Heat will improve their record to 9-6. And John, speaking about, Powell triples. Norman Powell, what a fourth quarter for him. A 17-point fourth quarter for Powell, his best fourth quarter scoring game of the season. It's Moody for the late score for Golden State. But John, we mentioned trying to get to 30 wins at home. If you go 500 on the road, that gets you to the 50-win mark, which puts you in a very good place. The Heat will go to 7-1 on the home court with this win tonight, and that's a meaningful meeting at midcourt. They commiserated and completed a golden mission in 2024 when Steve Kerr was the head coach of the U.S. Olympic team. Eric Spoelstra was his top assistant and will take that role in the next Olympics. Much love, much respect between those two elite coaches. This was a close game until Norman Powell and Bam Adebayo scored 26 of the Heat's last 29 points, a 17-point fourth quarter for Powell, and a 9-point fourth quarter for Bam. John, it was scary, it was uneasy, but in the end, all's well that ends well for the Heat. Oh, that music, you know what it means, folks. The Heat win 110-96. You win too with Papa John's Pizza. Tonight, the Heat's victory gets you 50% off tomorrow on regular menu priced items at papajohns.com or on the app. All you got to do now is enter the promo code HEATWIN tomorrow to enjoy the savings. Two former Olympic teammates, Steph Curry and Bam Adebayo. Steph sitting out his second straight game in Miami. Hopefully we will see him when the Heat play in San Francisco in mid-January. That's two former teammates, Andrew Wiggins and Draymond Green. Wiggins, a very popular player in his time with Golden State, part of that 2022 NBA championship team. So Norman Powell tonight, John, he came to the rescue to the Heat in the fourth quarter. He finished with 25 points, 17 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, really exciting to see him turn it on. And, you know, that's what good players do. He never gave up. He was struggling early, couldn't get his offense going, got into early foul trouble. He went attacking the basket, made 3-4 layups, and you could just see all of a sudden everything opened up for him. He went 7 of 8 overall in that fourth quarter alone with 17 points. It was a masterful performance to really shoulder the load and lead by example in the fourth, giving Miami an important road or home win, excuse me.
And Norman Powell, Mr. Fourth Quarter tonight for Miami. That'll get you a trip to the winner's circle alongside Will Manso.
A well-deserved trip to the winner's circle for Norman Powell. Norman, you go into the fourth quarter. It's a tight game against a short-headed team. You've only scored 8 at that point. You explode for 17 in the fourth quarter. You guys pull away. How'd you get it done?
We started playing our brand of basketball, moving the ball, driving closeouts, attacking, get them in rotations. And it started with Drew. You know, Drew made those sacrifice plays for us to get going and get into our groove. And it's easy from that point, just attacking, taking what the defense gives. But I thought our activity on the offense opened up the game for us.
How much did maybe the zone a bit slow things down, and how were you able to combat that as the game went on and got back to that style you're talking about?
Moving the ball. Moving the ball is key. You know, it's not going to be one person attacking and making the play. It's a collective committee. You know, we started to do that in the second half, started to play our brand of basketball. The game finds energy and I thought our defense definitely fueled that to get outside in transition and get our offense going as well.
That man who got up behind you right now has got some energy. He brings it on offense and defense. You and Bam combined for, I think it was 26 of the final 29 points, something like that. Bam had 9 in that fourth quarter.
Yeah.
What does it mean to have him back? I know you guys have been playing well without him, but to have your leader back.
Yeah, man, he's our anchor. You know, he's our voice. He's our energy guy. He's our defensive anchor. We played through him on offense. He's so versatile, can do so many things. We definitely missed him. It's definitely great seeing him back out here playing. He played great his return game, but that energy, that anchor on the defensive end, we definitely missed that, and we're looking forward to continue to build with him back. So we're really ready to get on this road and get this win with a healthy team.
Well, listen, 7-1 at home. We're enjoying you here, but good luck on the road. Appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Norman Powell, big performance tonight. Those 17 in the fourth quarter leading the way. Yeah, Bam Adebayo, I'd say he looked pretty good in his return game with 9 in that fourth as the Miami Heat improved to 7-1 here at the Kaseya Center. They pull away late and knock off the Warriors. 110-96 the final. We'll continue to enjoy this one. Don't go anywhere. Keep it right here on FanDuel Sports Network.